What are the overarching themes, energies, circumstances coming up for Aries? All right, you have deception in the upright for you. Aries. There is someone around you that you have to take what they say with a pinch of salt, okay? This could be someone who's very two-faced. This could be someone who is trying to get you on board with something. This could be someone who has some kind of agenda, okay? But you just need to be very mindful of what this person tells you. And like I say, take it with a pinch of salt, okay? Because not everything is what it appears to be in the situation, okay? Yes, it may look that way, but you're definitely encouraged to do your own research, to do a bit of digging, okay? And especially to use discernment, because I feel like things are definitely not what they appear, right? And there is someone who has, I'm telling you, they have an agenda. They have something up their sleeve. There is a reason why they're doing this. But they're playing their cards close to the chest. They don't want you to know. They don't want you to know the end game, right? So just know you have someone who's trying to play you for a fool. And a fool you are not, Aries, okay? Even if that is one of your major arcanas associated with your energy, okay? There's a difference between the fool energy, as in someone who takes calculated risks, and someone who just takes things at face value. And I don't feel like you're someone who takes things at face value, okay? Yeah, exactly. Look, the loving man in reverse. There is someone you need to disconnect from. This is someone who is very disingenuous, that has some kind of ulterior motive, okay? So tell me more about this energy for Aries. Yeah, Two of Swords, right? You may already suspect this, or you may feel something's off, but it's almost like you're choosing to turn a blind eye or not wanting to make a judgment, right? Maybe you feel like you don't have the facts, or you don't have enough insight or proof to form a concrete conclusion yet, or an opinion of this person or the situation, right? But you already know, on some level, you already know that something is off, something's amiss, right? Or something is not as it's being portrayed to be by this person. There's something that they're telling you that you just know isn't quite right, okay? It does feel like it's something that they've communicated, and that's why you're pondering on it. That's why you're thinking about it. So, yeah. And you may be trying to get that clarity already, right? Tell me more about this for Aries. Seven of Swords. What did I say? This person is lying through their teeth, okay? You have someone who has something to gain. There is a reason for them doing this. They know what they're doing isn't just, isn't fair, right? They know full well what they're doing. But again, this person has a reason for doing it. They have an agenda. It benefits them in some capacity, but at possibly your detriment or to the detriment of others, okay? So it's not that this person is making a mistake or has their wires crossed, or no, this is someone who knows exactly what they're doing. This is someone with a plan, a scheme, okay? Yeah, Six of Pentacles to the King of Cups. They're trying to play on your generous nature. Play off of your generous nature, Aries. I'm telling you, there's someone who's trying to play off your good nature, okay? Your willingness to help, to support, right? Help someone in need, or help someone through a situation, or whatever the case may be. Invest in things that you think is going to be beneficial, right? You may have a very charitable nature, but you definitely have a good heart, a big heart, a willingness to help, invest, like I say, especially those in need. And this is someone who wants to take advantage of that, okay? In some capacity. It may even be trying to stop you from helping someone who needs your help, right? Or wanting you to give them something instead. Something like that, okay? Yeah, Nine of Swords. Jeez. Give me one more on that, with that Nine of Swords I just saw. The Emperor. Yeah. That's your energy, Aries. I don't like this energy at all. I gotta be honest. You have someone who's very manipulative. It's like someone who wants to control you. It's like they want to get in your head and control how you respond to things. It's almost like they want you to be a puppet on their string. Because you're someone who's definitely self-commanding, okay? Self-empowered. And it's like they want to take your own power away from you and have you as like a puppet on their string. I don't like this at all, Aries. So if you're dealing with something like this, if you feel like someone has some kind of motive or agenda, someone's trying to like convince you to do things the way they want you to do them, or to take certain actions that you feel like may not be the best, this is why, okay? You have someone who literally wants to have you as a puppy on their string. It feels more than opportunistic. It feels very manipulative, okay? So you need to be very careful with this person. Because I'm telling you, they do not mean you well with the loving man in reverse. They really don't. They're only thinking about what's good for them, okay? Yeah, look, you have the loving man in reverse, the new beginning. So the loving woman in the upright. I'm telling you, someone here is very disingenuous, okay? You have someone who's being genuine, i.e. yourself, and then you have someone else here who's trying to manipulate the situation, okay? So you need to be very careful, Aries, okay? Someone here does not mean you well. And there could be someone that actually does, okay? These could be two people outside of yourself. One person who doesn't mean you well and someone who really does care. And that's why they may even be trying to, like, convince you that that person is the one that's trying to cause you grief, right? Because if you think about how, like, manipulators and, like, abusers, right, operate, they'll try and cut you off from your support system so you're reliant on them. They're employing the same tactics here as like someone with like predatory behavior, okay? So that's why I'm saying this energy is really not good. You do need to be aware. If you're seeing those signs, okay, and you're unsure, do your research. There's an abundance of information online, okay, from experts that can tell you exactly what signs to look out for. So you can do a quick search on like YouTube or Google, and there's like information from experts, from doctors, professionals, right, that can tell you exactly what those signs are, and you may be noticing them. When you cross-reference those signs with your situation, you may be noticing a pattern here, okay? So please, if you feel like someone is trying to manipulate you, or someone is trying to like separate you from others, or convince you that everyone around you has ill intentions, be very wary of that person, because I can guarantee you not everyone around you has ill intent, okay? But there's definitely someone here. Yeah, that's why the judgment is here. You know? And I'm telling you, this person, there will be consequences for their actions for sure, but you need to do your part to safeguard yourself, Aries, okay? Please. All right, so definitely there are some of you guys out there that need to hear this. Obviously, it's not going to be everyone's message. But if you know there is someone around you where it's not quite right, and the way they're moving, the things they're saying, the way they're trying to, like, you know, like I say, like, separate you from people, I'm telling you, it's for a reason. So, Aries, be careful, okay? Do take care of yourself and put the necessary boundaries in place, you know. I would stay far away from someone like this, right? That's just my opinion, but you do you, okay? Yeah, because I'm telling you, you've definitely got someone in your corner, and then you have someone else who is very much not, okay? Who really isn't, all right? So stay safe, guys, and I hope that helps.